Hi everyone, my name is MJ and today I will teach you how to make a budget and stick to it. Going to university is an amazing and intense experience, but studying full-time also means that you have to do some major sacrifices, and an important one of them is of a financial nature. Getting good grades means putting a lot, and I mean a lot of time and effort, which means that you can't really work more than 15 to 20 hours a week. Whether you're living with family or on your own, fresh out of college or reorienting your career, we all need a budget. Some of you probably never had to live on a budget, but please don't panic. Setting a budget is actually a lot easier than it looks. The hard part? No, that comes after. Sticking to your budget is as difficult as it is crucial. Strong of our debit and credit cards, our lines of credits, and our crazy spending habits, it's not surprising that many of us are always broke, and managing our money is not something we're taught in school. So today, I am going to show you how to create a budget that is adapted to student living, and I will give you tips on how to stick to that budget while still enjoying your student life. Making your budget in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Lay out your incomes and expenses. Step 2. Divide your expenses between mandatory, optional, and occasional. Step 3. Create a digital budget spreadsheet. If you're not proficient with Excel or any other spreadsheet software, there are literally thousands of ready-to-use templates for you to just fill in the blank. This is a template I created very quickly for the purpose of this tutorial. The numbers are not mine, but they are based on verified facts, such as the living allowances given each month by the Loans and Bursaries program, and the part-time job income is based on the actual minimum wage in place at the moment in Quebec. I like to use color codes to mark the different categories, so green for incomes, orange and yellow shades for expenses. I find red to be too flashy and hard on the eyes. Blue for savings, and purple for the summary. If you wish to make your own personalized template, there are many tutorials on YouTube to help you with the formulas. This one here on the link is only one of many. Once you have entered your data in all the appropriate tables, don't forget to save it. And if you're making your own spreadsheet, I strongly suggest that you protect the cells containing formulas to avoid having to redo them if you accidentally hit the wrong button. So for that matter, there is a good video here on the link. Step 4. Use the remaining funds, if existent, for savings and fun. This is very important. The idea is to have a result as close to zero as possible in the benefit and loss result cell. I suggest dividing it in the following manners: a third for entertainment, a third for savings, and the remaining third to your liking between gifts and the clothing and beauty care categories. Why? Because we don't have all the same budget needs when it comes to beauty care or cuts and clothing. Pretty sure the ladies here will agree with me on this one. Step 5. Print your budget. That's right, print the budget. Why? Because it is so easy to just forget about it when it's not in your face. So unless you want to make that pretty spreadsheet your new background picture, I suggest you put a few prints out and place them in strategic places such as your fridge, in your agenda, or in my case, in the spending money jar, which I will talk about later on in this tutorial. 10 easy tips to stick to your budget. Review your budget every month. Not every month is the same. You might have little expenses one month and a crazy amount of things to pay the next one. The occasional expense and the saving tables are there to help you plan ahead, but you still need to review your budget on a monthly basis. Otherwise, you are in for some very unpleasant surprises, especially if you tend to go over your budget and dig into your emergency fund to cover it. Very bad idea, folks. 2. Do not go grocery shopping hungry. This is the simple, most horrible idea anyone can have, and we all do it. Grocery shopping at 6 p.m. when you haven't had dinner yet is the equivalent of begging to go over budget. You end up wanting any and everything, ultimately living with 3 times the food you actually needed, which means that you will see most of them go to waste in the back of your fridge. 3. Stick to your grocery list. Before you do that list, plan your meals ahead. Plan for the entire week, especially if you can do it according to what's on sale. No matter how tempting it is to add a few extra items, don't. If it's not part of the meal plan, you probably don't need it. 4. Learn to live with less. We live in a society that consumes way, way more than it needs or should. In order to deprogram yourself from this nasty habit, use the deny technique, which stands for do I need it? Pretty sure there are similar acronyms out there, but that one actually came out of my brain. If you have a credit card, do not carry it with you, and do not keep it anywhere near your electronics. It should be kept for emergency only, and if you have one, a good idea is to keep it in a safe box. 5. Exercise outside or at home. You don't need to go to the gym to be healthy. I'm pretty sure that your hot yoga and spinning classes are super fun. But let's be honest here, spending $40+ a month for a gym membership is not a priority. So unless you never go over budget, you're able to put savings into your emergency fund every month, and that you don't have to sacrifice anything else more important to pay for it, that membership is a waste of money. You can be just as active and healthy by exercises outside or in the comfort of your own home. Now, if you absolutely want to go to the gym, there are many of them that offers basic membership for $10 a month. 6. Make cooking fun. Collective cooking is trendy and economic. So gather a few friends and save some money while cooking with your pals. You will have a good time, and you will have food that will most likely be a lot easier than cheap restaurant food and frozen meals. 7. Do the math. Saving a few dollars here and there can be as simple as counting down how many times per month you take public transportation. If you live outside of the Montreal Island, your monthly bus pass costs you like $132 at regular fare. If, like me, you only take the bus to go to school, that's, let's say you're unlucky and have classes 5 days a week, 5 round trips at $6 each. On a 4-week month, that's $120. So unless you are convinced you will be using those 2 extra round trips, I would like to remind you that on a student budget, $12 can be 3 beers at the local bar or 6 extra coffee at the Hive Cafe in the Hall building. And let me tell you this, during midterms and finals, extra coffee to stay awake or a few beer at the end of the week to relax will save your mental sanity. 8. Track your spending habit. This means keeping your receipts in order to see where your money goes. You can use such apps such as Mint.com to help manage this aspect, or you can simply keep all your receipts and enter them in a spreadsheet at the end of the month. This will help you see why you went over budget, because yes, it will happen at some point. 9. Be proactive. There are so many options at your disposal to help you save money that it would be foolish not to take advantage of them. From student special prices to local community gardens, collective cooking groups, service exchanges communities, taking advantage of the voluntary donating vegan meal on the 7th floor of the whole building, and the free booze offered at student association social pubs. Really, the possibilities are incredible. 10. Use one of those 2 techniques to help you manage your spending money. The envelope method, which you can watch a short explanatory video here. The basic principle is simple. Outside of the things that come out directly of your account, such as rent and utility, you attribute 1 envelope for each and every category of spending. So 1 envelope for food, 1 for clothing and beauty care, 1 for gas if you have a car, 1 for entertainment, and so on. The one I do not include is the saving category, because people are too prone to using that envelope to go over budget. So savings should be transferred in a saving account every pay period. Now that you have stuffed your envelope with the money that was written on the spreadsheet, you should only use a specific envelope for spending related to what's written on it. Once it's gone, it's gone. The second technique is called the mason jar technique, and this is the technique that I have been using every single day for the past 5 years. It's essentially the same as the envelope method, but I find this one easier to manage because you put your money in a see-through mason jar, which means that you see the money going down, and it also takes care of what I found was problematic with the envelope technique, which is managing the non-paper money situation. Finally, remember that it is very important to give in your budget some room for fun. Studying is hard, it's intense, and it can really exhaust you physically and mentally. So being able to go out once in a while without breaking your budget will help you cope with all of that. Having a budget that is too strict is like dieting on water. Eventually, you won't be able to stand it and you will go crazy. So I hope that this short video gave you some tools and tips to help you better manage your money, and that it will ultimately help you enjoy your student life experience while saving your mental sanity and your wallet. Thanks for watching.